vibing with me, taking this nature walk in. I just want to say God bless to each and every one of y'all. Hopefully, if you're not having a good day, hopefully your day gets a lot better. And God bless you again. And keep your head up. No matter what you're going through. No matter what you're going through, God will always be with you. Please keep your head up. Keep striving for greatness. Never give up on your goals. Now listen, y'all, as a big-time Minnesota Viking fan, and we're going to talk about a few different things, but as a big-time Minnesota Viking fan, I have to get this off my mind, my chest. A lot of people, after the Bengals and versus the Vikings, want to already give up on J.J. McCarthy. Shout out to everybody in the building. What'd he say? But yeah. But shout out to everybody. Hold on, that just kind of threw me off a little bit. But shout out to you. I don't understand. Do I have any boogers? I don't got no boogers. Stop trolling. Stop trolling, or I'm blocking you. Stop trolling them, or I'm gonna block you. But anyway, what was I saying? So the Minnesota Vikings, after that game, the victorious game, Bengals versus Vikings, 48-10 victory, the Minnesota Vikings fan base, a lot of the fan base, not all of us, but some of the fan base is kind of split right down the middle. That some people want us to continue playing Carson Wentz even when J.J. McCarthy is healthy. I don't think that's a good idea. I don't think that's a good idea. If J.J. McCarthy is healthy, I don't care if Carson Wentz has the most fantastic couple more games, wherever how many games J.J. McCarthy's out for. I don't care how good Carson Wentz plays. You have to play J.J. McCarthy to see what you have. You know what I mean? You have to play. You said I'm so bald. Wow, okay. If this is considered bald, I don't know. Oh, okay. But shout out to you, bro. God bless to you. But J.J. McCarthy is the present and the future. Unfortunately, he got hurt his rookie season. His second season, he's hurt again with a high ankle sprain. But at the same time, you have to see what he has when he's healthy, because it'll literally be a waste of a pick to move up in the draft. I know it's only like one spot, but still, to move up in the draft J.J. McCarthy, and then Carson Wentz has one solid game. Carson Wentz had a good game. He didn't have a terrific game. He didn't have a MVP caliber game. The man wasn't like Tom Brady in his prime. He wasn't Peyton Manning in his prime. He wasn't Joe Montana in his prime. So everybody got to slow it down a little bit when it comes to Carson Wentz being this guy that you want to take over for the rest of the season. So you're telling me after one game, you're won over, and you just want Carson Wentz to be the guy. By the way, everybody's in the building, make sure you double tap that screen, hit that like button, double tap that screen, hit that like button. We are going live for absolutely every single Minnesota Viking game with the scoreboard and everything. And whether you're a Viking fan or not, you're definitely welcome to this YouTube family. I always say sports are designed to bring us together, not separate us. So if you feel in the vibes, consider hitting that subscribe button. But do not forget to hit that like button if you're in the building. But shout out, we got Jared Goff is top 2 quarterback, and he ain't number 2. Respectfully, bro, I think that he's definitely a solid. I think he's one of the most underrated quarterbacks, but I don't think I can go that far and say he's a top 2 quarterback in the NFL. He had a very good game yesterday, so a lot of people are going to be prisoner of the moment. I understand that the Lions beat the Ravens. I understand that he had a good game, but for you to say that he's a top 2 quarterback and he's not number 2. Hey, listen, bro, respectfully, I disagree with that. But getting back to what I was saying, Carson Wentz is not the future. Right now, he's a good backup, and that's just point blank, period. We don't even got to have this a long, drawn out, oh, well, Carson Wentz should finish the year because he won a game that he had a great defensive performance. Christian Darrisaw was back protecting his blind side. The run game was amazing. The play calling was amazing. So I'm not hating on Carson Wentz. He made some good plays, but I am not going to sit JJ McCarthy for the remainder of the season. Yo, what's going on, Chris? For real, what's going on? My boy said, go Birds. I refuse to say that Carson Wentz is going to be the present and the future quarterback of the Minnesota Vikings. It is JJ McCarthy until proven otherwise. He's going to have to prove himself when he finally does come back. But I feel like he needs to come back to prove himself. How can he get experience if you're benching JJ McCarthy after 2 games? Like, we got to be a little bit more patient on the growth of a young quarterback, a second-year quarterback that only played 2 games in his whole career in the regular season. But by the way, everybody that's in the building, can y'all please hit the like button, hit that subscribe button. Please hit that like button, hit the subscribe button. I'm a big-time Minnesota Viking fan, and we go live for absolutely every single Minnesota Viking game with the scoreboard and everything. Whether you're a Viking fan or not, you're welcome to this YouTube family. Yeah, and I always say sports are designed to bring us together, not separate us. I truly mean that. So if you're feeling the vibes, consider subscribing. And at halftime, you can even come on the show if you're feeling the vibes. But getting back to what I was saying, he said, I don't know about Carson Wentz finishing the year, but he definitely looks like a guy who should be starting somewhere in the league. I'm not saying he can't be a starter somewhere in the league, but he's not going to be the starter on our team because, and I say that in a respectful way, because I don't want people thinking that I'm hating on Carson Wentz. I like Carson Wentz. He's our backup, but he's our backup. He is not going to be the starter of this team. He shouldn't be, at least. And if KOC goes that direction and we don't win the Super Bowl this year, some people need to be fired because you're missing out on valuable experience from your second-year quarterback. You got this, man. Shout out to everybody that's in the building. I think you know a little bit of experience of the 2 games he got is great. I think he needs to recess and possibly when it starts the next couple of games, he comes back. I like that comment. Lions look dangerous. Yeah, Lions are always dangerous. And I say this all the time. I don't know everything about football, but I tell you one thing, I know some of the basics. And I know if you establish that run game, your team has a high chance of winning that game. Yes, people want to say this is a passing league. Yes. It definitely has a lot of teams that like to sling that ball around. There's a lot of great wide receivers in the game. But I'm telling you right now, the Lions are dangerous because of Montgomery had an outstanding game. Gibbs had a pretty darn good game himself. When you have those 2 running the ball the way they ran the ball the whole entire game, and the Ravens defensive line could not slow them down. And then when they use the play action off of that run, bro, the safeties are going to bite. The cornerbacks are going to bite. The linebackers are going to bite. And Jared Goff is going to pick you apart. So if you don't stop the run game, you're getting cooked. If you don't stop the run game for the Lions, you're going to get cooked, period. But yeah, they definitely earned that dub. And I think they were losing at one point. I don't know if they was losing or the game was tied up, but I know that the Jared Goff definitely was pretty darn good. But I'm not going to put him at a top 2 quarterback. I ain't doing all that. Subscribe. Yeah. Oh, thank you so much for hitting the subscribe button. Thank you for everybody that's hitting the like button. But yeah, getting back to what I was saying, you have to let your young quarterback get experience. That's the only way he's going to learn. Do anybody know who Peyton Manning is? Does anybody know who the great Peyton Manning is? The great Peyton Manning was one of the greatest quarterbacks of all time. And he led the whole NFL in interceptions his rookie season. You got to let these players grow. You can't just give up on a player after 2 games. It's unfortunate that he got hurt, but let me say this again. Carson Wentz is here to be a backup. I'm not saying he shouldn't be a starter on another team, but this team is going to ride with J.J. McCarthy, as they should, because they drafted him top 10. And I honestly can't believe that Viking fans, or some Viking fans, not all, some Viking fans are already giving up on J.J. McCarthy after 2 games. Now, I could understand if J.J. McCarthy looks so bad for the rest of the season when he finally gets back. I could understand if he plays next year and he looks bad, he hasn't improved. Then we have a different conversation. But I'm not going to give up on him after 2 games. That's just not going to happen with me. But yeah, Lions do look dangerous. I'm catching up in the comments. Wentz hasn't been the same since the injury. Yeah, Wentz, he's not the same like he used to be, but he's still a solid quarterback. He's still a solid quarterback. Jalen Hurts or Jared Goff. I'm going to go Jalen Hurts because Jalen Hurts is a Super Bowl champion. Jalen Hurts is a Super Bowl MVP. Jalen Hurts is one of the most clutch quarterbacks in the NFL, whether people want to admit it or not. This is coming from a big-time Minnesota Viking fan. It doesn't have to look pretty as long as you get the dub. Let me say that one more time. Let me talk that talk, y'all. It doesn't have to look pretty as long as you get the dub. So if you have to scramble for a first down, get it done. If you have to scramble for a touchdown, get it done. If you have to throw for a first down, get it done. You know what I mean? If you have to throw for a touchdown, whatever you got to do to win the game, that's what Jalen Hurts is going to be. That's what he's going to do. And until he goes against the Minnesota Vikings, that's going to be a different story. But I need everybody that's in the building to double tap that screen, hit that like button, hit that like button, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. We are going live for absolutely every single Minnesota Viking game with the scoreboard and everything. Whether you're a Viking fan or not, you are welcome to this YouTube family. But I want to say this in a respectful way. I'm going to say this in a respectful way. As a big-time Minnesota Viking fan, respectfully, and I mean this in a respectful way, y'all, the Minnesota Vikings will beat the brakes off your team. The Bengals were the first person that we had to do it to. No, matter of fact, it was the Bears. And now it was the Bengals. And now it's about to be the Pittsburgh Steelers. Get y'all popcorn ready, y'all. He said, okay, Lamar Jackson. Yeah, Lamar Jackson's a monster, but you think Lamar Jackson's overrated? He didn't play good when it counted. Jalen Hurts is mid. How is he mid? How is he mid? How is Jalen Hurts mid? I want to know this. How? Can you tell me how a Super Bowl champion, a Super Bowl MVP is mid? I need to hear what you got to say. Because if he's mid, then that makes a lot of other quarterbacks look mid. That means everybody's mid. Mainly, almost every quarterback is mid. So if you feel like Jalen Hurts is a mid quarterback, then my goodness, you got I guess the only good quarterback besides Jalen Hurts is Patrick Mahomes, I guess, because there's no other quarterback that I can think of that won a Super Bowl that's in the league right now besides Aaron Rodgers, and we're not going to put Aaron Rodgers above Patrick Mahomes. So if Jalen Hurts is mid, I want to know how Jalen Hurts is mid. Because if you use the narrative, well, he has a good team around him, they have some weaknesses too as well. And I'm going to say this right now. What team has won a Super Bowl that didn't have a good team? How can you get to the Super Bowl without a good team? The 2 best teams in the conference makes it to the Super Bowl. I'm pretty sure both teams are good. Yes, one team is going to be better than the other, or one team's going to have a better game that one day. But you're not winning the Super Bowl without a good team. So tell me how Jalen Hurts is a bad or mid, or I'm going to say mid quarterback. Yeah, exactly. Mid with a championship and 2 Super Bowl appearances. Yeah, and that finals and a Super Bowl MVP. What's good, Trick Shot? What's good with everybody? Everybody in the building, do not forget to hit the like button. Double tap the screen. Do not forget to hit the like button. Hit the subscribe button. We are going live for absolutely every single Minnesota Viking game this season with the scoreboard and everything. Whether you're a Viking fan or not, you are welcome to this YouTube channel. This is one YouTube family. And I always say sports are designed to bring us together, not separate us. But I want to say this respectfully, and I'm going to say it one more time. Well, not one more time. I'm going to say it a few more times. Respectfully speaking, The mighty Minnesota Vikings are coming. Respectfully speaking, the Minnesota Vikings will beat the brakes off of any of y'all teams. I don't care if you're a Lions fan. I don't care if you're an Eagles fan. I'm talking heavy all year long. I am talking heavy all year long. And there's nothing you can do to stop me unless your team beats my team. Other than that, we going 3-1 against the Pittsburgh Steelers. Let me cook real quick, y'all. Aaron Rodgers wanted to come to the purple and gold, but we said it's J.J. McCarthy time. Right now, it's Carson Wentz time because J.J. is hurt until J.J. McCarthy gets healthy. But I know Aaron Rodgers is going to try to stick it to the Minnesota Vikings. I need some final score predictions in the comments below. What is your final score prediction for the Steelers and the Vikings? Let me know how you feel. Let me know your opinion. I got the Minnesota Vikings beating the brakes off the Steelers 33-17. Aaron Rodgers is going to try to stick it to us because we didn't want him. We chose J.J. McCarthy over him. We denied access to him getting in the purple and gold because we wanted to move in a whole nother direction. We didn't want to go into a veteran quarterback situation and waste another good year of J.J. McCarthy's rookie contract. So he's going to try to stick it to us. But the only thing I can say is this, man. This is a different type of defense. If you watched every single game of the Minnesota Vikings this year and you've seen what we've been doing to teams, even when our offense is struggling, we got one good game offensively that was average, in my opinion. I don't think it was all that. It was all right. They managed the game. That's all they did. And you see what our defense did, bro. You seen what the Minnesota Vikings... I feel like the Minnesota Vikings defense is top tier. I feel like the Minnesota Vikings defense is elite. I feel like the Minnesota Vikings defense is the best defense in the whole NFL. And I'm going to talk that talk until I'm proven otherwise. But Aaron Rodgers will try to stick it to the Vikings, but it's not going to work. So my whole thing is this. And I'm going to get to the comments real shortly. And shout out to Sharon. Shout out to Soccer Master. Shout out to everybody at Luther. Shout out to Dirk. Shout out to I Am Car Bolt. Shout out to everybody that's in the building. Let me get to this real quick. So, of course you got Aaron Rodgers, right? You got to get pressure on him, which I think Brian Flores is going to bring it. I think Brian Flores is going to make sure we get pressure on him. But I feel like the only player that I'm like, all right, so they got their running back. They got Jalen Warren, number 30, and Kenneth Gainwell, number 14. I'm not really nervous about either running back, bro. They're not going to be able to establish the run game against us. I don't believe it. Jalen Warren could be very dangerous because he can catch the ball. You got to look out for the running back screens. You got to look out for the short passes out of the shotgun formation. Jalen Warren can catch the ball. And also Kenneth Gainwell can catch the ball out of the backfield, catch passes and stuff like that. But the only wide receiver that I'm like nervous about, if I was going to be nervous but not really, is DK Metcalf. I'm not nervous about Bull because I feel like we're not going to give Aaron Rodgers that much time to even throw the ball to him. And even when the ball's being thrown to him, I can see a couple of interceptions, bro. I can see the Minnesota Vikings dominate in this game. Like, I don't see listen, we're in Ireland. I don't see the Pittsburgh Steelers scoring 20 points against the Minnesota Vikings. And I'm not trying to come at the Steelers fans. I'm just giving you my honest opinion. My opinion might be wrong, so I don't want people to take it personal, what I'm saying. I could be wrong. This is just my opinion, right? I don't think Aaron Rodgers has it in him against Brian Flores' defense. I just don't see it. But I'm not scared of their tight ends. I'm not really scared of their tight ends. I'm more nervous about the Steelers' defense than their offense. I'm going to just keep it real with you. When you talk about, all right, so Jalen Ramsey, he's not the same like when he used to be in his prime, right? Jalen Ramsey's not the same like he used to be in his prime, but Jalen Ramsey's still a dog. But I don't think he can handle Jordan Addison. Whoever he's going to try to stop, you're not handling Justin Jefferson. It don't matter who Jalen Ramsey's on. I know he got a dog mentality, but I don't think Jalen Ramsey's going to be able to hold it down like that. I do like Patrick Queen, their linebacker. Of course, I like their edge rusher, one of the best edge rushers in the game, and TJ Watt. But I think Christian Darrisaw's going to hold it down. I think Brian O'Neill's going to hold it down. And I'm confident enough that Carson Wentz will be upright most of the game. I don't see Carson Wentz getting sacked that much. I don't see it happening, bro. But shout out to everybody in the building. Make sure y'all hit that like button. Saquon Barkley carries special teams. Yeah, Saquon does do a lot, but it's all part of a game. What, you can't have no good players? So what we're going to do for this day from this point on is, if you have any good players on your team, if you're a quarterback, that takes a lot of credit from your quarterback. So when Tom Brady had one of the greatest defenses, when Bill Belichick was the head coach, so we taking away his Super Bowls? Are we going to take credit away from Tom Brady? Are we going to take credit away from Joe Montana? When Joe Montana had some of the greatest wide receivers of all time? When Joe Montana had a very good defense behind him? Are we going to take away from Patrick Mahomes for having one of the most gifted, genius, offensive-minded head coaches in Andy Reid? And he had Hill one of those years. He has a good defense behind him. Like, are we going to take away from every great quarterback or every good quarterback because they have a team? I think not. I'm not doing that. You're supposed to have most of the time when teams win Super Bowl, they have a good/great running back. Running backs are slept on, but if you know the history of the NFL, man, them running backs dominated back in the day, and they're starting to dominate now. Yeah, but if they can't stop it, bro, and I get what you're saying, the tush push, I can't stand it, but everybody else can copy it. Everybody else can copy it, bro. And he doesn't. Listen, you got to figure out how to stop it. You want to know something crazy? Look, does anybody watch basketball? Does anybody watch basketball? When the Lakers, Kareem would do the hook shot, the sky hook, the most unstoppable, unblockable shot, right? If you can't stop it, why would I stop doing it? Let me talk that talk, y'all. If you can't stop it, why would I stop doing it? Just like if I'm running the ball down your throat and you can't stop me from running the ball, oh, well, that's all you do is run the ball. All you do is do tush push in the end zone. If you can't stop it, I'm going to keep doing it. It's not like you can't do the same thing. Every team can do the tush push. Every team can run the ball successfully like the Eagles. Not every team, but you get where I'm going with it. As a Bills fan, I would love to play you guys in the Super Bowl. Oh my gosh, Vikings versus Bills. I got us for Super Bowl 60. I got us beating the Bills in the Super Bowl though. Respectfully speaking, I got the Bills losing to us. But shout out to everybody. I believe in you, JJ. Yeah, let's go. We do believe in JJ. How many Super Bowls have the Vikings won of all time? No, we lost all 4 times. Vikings purple is the worst color decision by any franchise. That's so. I mean, if that's what you want to say, respectfully, I disagree. When you get a chance, my brother, look up the color purple. What does purple represent? What is the meaning of purple? And then come back to me when you get a chance. Vikings by 3. Vikings were black. They were war-bound. Oh, top tier. Detroit Lions. We got Lions fans in the building. Maybe if y'all were black like real Vikings, y'all would win Super Bowls. Nah, we ain't worrying about that. I mean, if you feel like that, I mean, it takes more than just a color or your jerseys to win Super Bowl. Come on, brother. You got to think a little bit deeper than that, bro. You got to think a little bit deeper than that. You can't win Super Bowl just because of your jersey colors, bro. Come on, bro. You know what I mean? Detroit going to the bowl. Nah. Eagles back-to-back. Nah, it's not happening. The Steelers got the Vikes offense on lockdown. The Steelers offense has Vikes defense on lockdown. Okay. Hey, Trick Shot, you know how I feel, bro. You know it's going to be a beatdown for me. But it might go either way. It's in Ireland. And I think that it's going to be a fun game. It's going to be a very fun game. You know what I mean? Overseas, we're going to see what happens. 7 sacks last night. Go Commanders. We got a Commander fan. I want everybody that's in the building to put your team name in the comments. Everybody represent your team. Represent the team that you put your team name in the comments, y'all. Tell me what team that you cheer for. And like I said, everybody is welcome to this YouTube channel. This is one YouTube family. Sports are designed to bring people together, not separate. If you haven't already, make sure you hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. We going live for absolutely every single Minnesota Viking game this season. You know what I mean? Good vibes over bad vibes. You know what I mean? So shout out to everybody that's in the building. But yeah, tell me what team you rocking with, man. I'm curious to know. Like I said, man, I'll answer y'all questions about y'all team. But primarily, we do cover the Minnesota Vikings. But I don't mind answering your questions. Like I said, sports are designed to bring us all together. And I truly mean that. Yo, Mike, what's good, Joey? Oh, good to see you too, bro. God bless to everybody in the chat, man. Jaden Daniels is better than your quarterback. Hey, listen, right now, I can't disagree with you. But that doesn't mean that's going to be for the long term, though. Because J.J. McCarthy only played 2 games. Like, y'all got to understand. Y'all got to understand. I'm delusional talking about blowout line Vikings negative. And listen, I don't care what Las Vegas says. I don't care. Hey, John, respectfully, man, you think I care what Las Vegas thinks about if the Vikings are going to lose or not? Man, listen, bro. All I care about is our health. If we're healthy and the Vikings play Viking football, I feel like the Minnesota Vikings can beat any team, bro. That's how I feel, bro. Coming from a big-time Minnesota Viking fan, Skull to the bowl, baby. Skull all the way to the bowl, and I'm talking heavy all season long. We beating everybody this year. When we play the Chargers, we're going to beat the brakes off of the Chargers. When we play the Eagles, we're going to beat the brakes off of the Eagles. When we play the Lions 2 times, we're going to beat the brakes off of them 2 times. When we play the Packers, we're going to beat the brakes off of the Packers 2 times. I'm not scared of none of these teams. I'm talking heavy until y'all beat us. And even if you do beat us, we're going to beat you next time. That's how I feel, bro. That's how I feel. I'm a big-time Minnesota Viking fan, bro. Y'all got me all the way messed up. You think I care about Las Vegas and what they got us? Oh, they got us losing by. Man, I don't care. I don't give 2 craps about what Las Vegas says about the mighty Minnesota Vikings, bro. Skull to the bowl. Just remember streaming while going on. Yeah, I'm watching your shit. Oh, that's funny, man. Yeah, I'm walking. I tend to do walks. When I do these walks, bro, I'm getting my steps in. And on top of that, I said, well, I might as well just go live and talk that talk. And I got the flag on my shoulder, talking that talk about my favorite team. And I like to vibe with my YouTube family. I call y'all my YouTube family because, listen, it goes God number 1 for me. Jesus Christ, my Lord and Savior, is number 1. Number 2, my wife and my kids, my family, right? Number 3, you know what I mean? My friends. Y'all my friends. Y'all my family. Y'all my family, man. I'm an introvert, so I really don't talk to a lot of people. I stay to myself. I tend to not like I don't mind going live with people, but I don't really go live with a lot of people. I kind of do my own thing. But like I'm really an introvert. You probably won't believe me when I'm saying that, but I'm really an introvert, bro. I kind of stay to myself for most of the time, and I just vibe, bro. I vibe with the people that's on this YouTube channel with me. So that's why I love when I see comments when I go live, I love it, bro. It I don't know, it gives me energy. I ain't gonna lie, it makes me happy, man. You know what I mean? Do what makes y'all happy. I want to say this, man, strive for greatness, everybody. If you have a goal at anything in life, strive for greatness. You might take a couple of steps back, but don't give up. You only fail at something when you give up and you quit. You might take a couple of steps back. It might take you a little bit longer to reach your goal, but don't never quit. They can't. Hold on. I'm trying to catch up in the comments. Hard to stop it when guards line up in the neutral zone. Yeah, that is true. But listen, you got to figure a way, man. Hey, listen, there has to be a way. I'm pretty sure if you do your research on the Tush push, I promise you they didn't get it every time. I know they didn't get it. I got to do my research myself. I don't think they got a first down or a rushing touchdown by using the Tush push every single time they did it. It's very hard when you have a quarterback that's very strong like Jalen Hurts, and you got very good offensive guards and all that. It's hard. I ain't going to sit here and cap. But it's not like, listen, you can do the same thing they do, and you got to figure a way to stop it. You just got to figure a way. Baseball or football, I'm more of a football fan. My favorite, believe it or not, my favorite sport is basketball. Then my second favorite is football. And then my third is baseball. Believe it or not, I like tennis. I like what else? What's another sport? I'm gonna try to get into hockey. See, I have another YouTube channel. If anybody's interested, I have another YouTube channel where I cover basketball and baseball. It's Mike Sports Vibes, the same name as on this channel. And all you add is a ballin', BALLING. So Mike Sports Vibes Ballin'. Go check out that channel if you haven't already. We're catching up in the chat. Vikings, the best in the NFL. Yeah, Vikings, we are the best, bro. We're going to take one game at a time, and we will be victorious when it counts the most. That's how I feel, bro. But shout out to everybody in the building. If you haven't already, make sure you hit that like button. Make sure you hit that subscribe button. Like I said, we're going live for absolutely every single Minnesota Viking game with the scoreboard and everything. And like I said, this is one YouTube family. And my job, honestly, is just to hopefully I can make somebody's day a little bit better. That's my job. You know what I mean? Yeah, man. Salute to each and every one of y'all. Appreciate y'all. JJ McCarthy is already better than Bo Nix. Hey, listen, bro. I'm not even going to say that. What I'm going to say is this. As a Viking fan, that I believe in JJ McCarthy, I would say this. It's not how you start, it's how you finish. See, the odds are against JJ McCarthy when it comes to the start of his career because he tore his meniscus in his rookie season. In his second season, he messed up his ankle. He got a high ankle sprain. He's going to miss 2 to 4 weeks, right? So it's starting off pretty like, but it's not how you start, it's how you finish. Y'all know who Sam Darnold is? Sam Darnold was considered a bust before he came to the Vikings. He went to the Vikings, was throwing the ball to Justin Jefferson, to Jordan Addison, TJ Hawkinson, hand the ball off to Aaron Jones. Hey, listen, a very good offensive-minded head coach, and now Sam Darnold got a $100 million contract with the Seahawks. No, I'm not counting his money. What I am doing, my point is, it's not how you start your career, it's how you finish your career. Just like it's not how you start a game, it's how you finish a game. There's nothing wrong with starting off really hot and really good, but if you finish and you never get a Super Bowl or you never get into the playoffs or whatever, doesn't even matter. Now, JJ McCarthy has a perfect team around him so he can be successful. And I truly believe when JJ McCarthy does come back after his high ankle sprain injury, he's going to be good. And a lot of people are going to say, well, we was wrong, man. We should have kept, this guy he's the real deal. But I need everybody that's in the building to hit that like button, hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. We are going live for absolutely every Viking game with the scoreboard and everything. And it doesn't matter if you're not a Viking fan. Everybody's welcome on this channel. But I want to say this respectfully speaking. We will beat the brakes off of your team. And I say that in the most respectful way. Respectfully. The Steelers is the next team we about to beat the brakes off of. And I can't wait, man. I can't wait. That Steelers-Vikings game will probably be close if the line is 2.5. Yeah, they think. See, I don't go by that, bro. I go by what I feel, bro. I don't go by what people think in Las Vegas and all that, bro. He said Vikings trash, bro. Delusional Viking fans. I listen. I take that as a compliment, bro. Am I supposed to say the Vikings are going to lose to the Steelers? Nah. Hey, listen, bro. I take that as a compliment. I even say that to myself. I'm a delusional Viking fan every single year. I think we win the Super Bowl every year. You know what I mean? That's how I feel right now, bro. Because I always look at it like this. The Vikings never won a Super Bowl. And it's like, why not us? They were saying the same thing about the Eagles before they won 2 Super Bowls. Why not us? If the Eagles can do it, why not the Vikings? The Vikings had great teams throughout the history. You look up the history of the Vikings. We've been to the Super Bowl 4 times. We lost all 4 times. And that's why I'm saying, why not the Minnesota Vikings? Why can't the Vikings be a team to shock the world and win the Super Bowl? What's going on, bro? RC in the building. Vikings did very well against beat the brakes off the Bengals, bro. We beat the brakes off. I try to tell, hey, listen. Look, respectfully speaking, I try to tell the Bengals what it was going to happen. I try to tell the Bengals what was going to happen. They ain't want to listen to your boy. They ain't want to listen to me, bro. I try to tell them. I said, yo, it's going to get bad for y'all. And it got real bad. It got so bad, we benched all our starters in the third quarter, bro. Texans, unfortunately, 0-3. That new offensive guard is terrible. Wow. Yeah, man, I'm really surprised about the Texans. But guess what? We still got some games left, man. It's early in the season. The Texans got to just take one game at a time. I still believe, like, I'm not a Texans fan. I'm a Viking fan. But I still feel like the Texans could be a very good team in the AFC still. And just got to take one game at a time. Bengals backup was awful. Yeah, he was awful. But they said the same thing about Carson Wentz. Hold on, let me cook real quick. It's the next man up mentality. We didn't have our starting center. We didn't have some starters on defense. We don't even have our starting quarterback. And I know Joe Burrow is a top 5 quarterback when healthy. But at the end of the day, they try to say Carson Wentz was washed. At the end of the day, they say Carson Wentz is not better than Jake Browning. And I try to tell people, y'all can go back to my live stream. I was walking the trail. I said, look, T. Higgins is nice. Jamar Chase is nice. I forgot their tight end's name. He all right. But their running back is all right. I don't really think he all that. What's his name? Brown. He all right. Hey, listen, bro. But the quarterback that's throwing them the ball is Jake Browning. And I said, I'll take my chances with Carson Wentz. And people was like, oh, Carson Wentz is washed. He ain't going to do nothing. And listen, Carson Wentz didn't do nothing impressive, bro. He just managed the game. He didn't turn over the ball, which that is impressive. I'll say that. He didn't turn the ball over. But he didn't put no crazy stats up, bro. But like I said, it's not all about statistics. It's about getting the job done. It's about getting a dub. See, people fall in love with statistics way too much. What does your eye test? What does your eyes tell you? Your eyes will tell you more than what statistics will tell you. Watch the game and don't always go by statistics. You can mix in the statistics with what you see, but some people focus on statistics more than the actual what they're watching. Vikings have never won. Yeah, that's a fact. What's going on, everybody? Vikings can go after Archie Manning. Oh, nah, we ain't worried about that. We got J.J. McCarthy. The Bears, we got some Bears. We got the Bears fans in the building. We don't want Russell Wilson, bro. We don't want Russell Wilson. We're good, bro. The Bengals could probably go after Russell Wilson. We don't want Russell Wilson. We got J.J. McCarthy and Carson Wentz. Carson Wentz is the backup to the starter of J.J. McCarthy, bro. We don't want no Russell Wilson. But yeah, I feel like the Vikings will beat the Steelers this Sunday. And I know it's in Ireland, so I'll be live. I think it's like a 9 o'clock game or 9:30 game or something. So I got to make sure you know what I mean? I got to make sure I got everything together for that early morning game. I think it's going to be a fun game to watch, though. Wilson is in need of retirement. You know what? And look, Russell Wilson shouldn't even be the starting quarterback, bro. It should be Jackson Dart. Coming from a Viking fan, this is what I said. I said Jackson Dart, look, I know it's just preseason, but Jackson Dart looked kind of good in the preseason. If I was a Giants fan, I would be I would be putting it out there. Yo, Jackson Dart should start the rest of the season. You've seen enough from Russell Wilson. Russell Wilson is not the guy. You know what I mean? Russell Wilson is not he's not the guy. It's Jackson Dart. He said, what is your take on Justin Fields? He just got to be consistent. I'm one of the few people that like Justin Fields. He just got to be consistent and prove everybody wrong. I think he does have the talent. His accuracy does come and go when he throws the ball. He's super athletic. I like Justin Fields. But he got to be consistent. What team did they beat? I think they just won this week. What Steelers get great? Wilson is. What Steelers got a great defense? You mean? Do the Steelers have a great defense? I think the Steelers got a good. I'm not sure if that's the question, I think the Steelers had a pretty darn good defense. But I feel like regardless of how good their defense is, it's not going to match well with the offense of the Minnesota Vikings. See, the thing about your boy Mike Sports Vibes is you know how when people be like, oh, they got this, they got that, they got this, they got that. But they got to go against what the Vikings got as well. We got the best wide receiver in the game. We got one of the best second string wide receivers in the game, which people don't really know too much about him. His name is Jordan Addison. Jordan Addison will be back against the Steelers, y'all. This man had 19 touchdowns in his first 2 seasons in the NFL, bro. 19 touchdowns in 2 seasons. He's a touchdown machine. And I will challenge anybody, and I will say this. On most of the teams in the NFL, Jordan Addison could be their number 1 wide receiver. Most of, not all of them, but most of them. Jordan Addison is only second fiddle to the best wide receiver in the game, and his name is Justin Jefferson. But I think, listen, the Steelers got a pretty good, defense. I'm a big supporter of Mike Tomlin. Mike Tomlin used to be the defensive coordinator of the Minnesota Vikings. Mike Tomlin is he's a very good mind. He's very good at coming up with a strategy on defense, man. I always had a lot of respect for Mike Tomlin. He's a Super Bowl winning coach, and I got a lot of respect for him. But this ain't the game for him, bro. This ain't the game. This game is going to be Vikings all day. Jackson Dart is starting week. Oh, he is. So Jackson Dart starting week 4. See, that's a good thing. That's a good thing. I like that. Coming from a Viking fan. But Rodgers always crashed. You know, I like Rodgers. I always had a lot of respect, even from, like, I'm a Viking fan, right? So there's a rival. One of the biggest rivalries in NFL is Vikings versus Packers, right? I always had a lot of respect for Aaron Rodgers. Even at his age, he's still a solid quarterback. People said he's washed. I don't believe that. In the first game that he played, I think he had like 4 throwing touchdowns. But he struggled last game, and he's about to struggle this game. But I have a lot of respect for Aaron Rodgers and what he brought to the table. He's a Super Bowl winning quarterback. And that was way in the past, but still, he still got a Super Bowl. Jets are 0-3. Just lost to the Bucks. Yeah. Okay, so just, yeah. Yeah, and that's another team that's pretty solid is the Bucks. Baker Mayfield is pretty darn good, y'all. People be trying to sleep on Baker Mayfield like Baker Mayfield ain't a good quarterback. I'm not saying he's a top-tier quarterback like Patrick Mahomes or Josh Allen or Lamar Jackson or Joe Burrow when he's healthy. I'm putting Jalen Hurts up in there as well. He's not one of those dudes, but he's definitely a pretty good quarterback. But shout out to everybody that's in the building. I truly appreciate y'all. Oh man, I think I blocked the wrong dang on person. Hold on. That's my bad. I blocked the wrong person. I had to unblock that person. My bad, bro. If you're still watching, my bad. I didn't mean to block you, bro. I meant to block the other person that's in the building. My bad. Patrick Mahomes. Yeah, Patrick Mahomes is that guy. Oh, it's in settings? Yeah, I'll go to the settings and unblock. What was his name? Rasso Rednos. I wish I can go do it now, but I can't do it right now. But I'll remember that name. But shout out to everybody that's in the building. Appreciate y'all. Make sure y'all hit that like button. Hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. I am going live for absolutely every single Minnesota Viking game with the scoreboard and everything. Yeah, man. Appreciate y'all. I'm about to get off in a few minutes. But yeah, I'm just an average person. I'm just a regular person outside. I don't want to say average. I'm going to say I'm a regular person just talking about my team and just vibing with y'all. That's all I am, bro. And I just like talking about my football team, and I like to take these little nature walks and just get my little bit of exercising. I'm just an average person, bro. I'll say a regular person. I mean, and I like to vibe with everybody, man. Like I said, sports are designed to bring us together, not separate us. And I truly feel like that, man. Ron Zapando, shout out to you. Shout out to you. Thank you so much. Everybody that's in the building, appreciate it. Appreciate it. Thank you so much for subbing. I still can't comprehend it. Yeah, Jaden, we beat the brace off them Bengals, bro. What's going on, Skull? He said, Skull Vikings, let's go. Let's go. Hold on, I gotta make a, I gotta take a little picture real quick because I accidentally blocked the wrong person. I didn't mean to do that. Why don't they bring back Pro Bowl regular football? Because the Pro Bowl regular football was more like flag football, bro. And a lot of people didn't want to take that risk of getting injured. You know, the thing about football, right, is football is one of the most physical sports. Injuries happen all the time. So the Pro Bowl, you can't really go all out because what's the most important thing in football in the NFL? Is being the Pro Bowl MVP the most important, or is it winning the Super Bowl MVP or winning the Super Bowl? So say you go all out for the Pro Bowl and you hurt yourself and you mess your whole career up. I think and it sucks to say this, the Pro Bowl hasn't been the same for many years. It hasn't just been the last 3-4 years. It's been going downhill for a very long time. Same with the NBA All-Star game. The NBA All-Star game hasn't been the same for years as well because you're not trying to go all out because you don't want to get hurt. And I understand it. I honestly do, because if you was a professional athlete and you're playing football and you have $100 million, say you have a $100 million contract and you got $60 million guaranteed. Guess what, man? That other $40 million ain't guaranteed to get. So you want to make sure you play out that whole entire contract so you can get that full $100 million. Football is like one of those sports that is really physical. And if you get hurt, bro, this team, listen, it is what it is. That's why I don't get mad at players when they say, yo, I want to get traded. I want to get some money before I play. I don't get mad because at the same time, these players, bro, listen, bro. If they get hurt, bro, and they're not a superstar, if they're not a first-round pick, bro, and they didn't get that big-time bag, listen, bro, they kick you to the curb so quick. That's why I really don't be getting mad. I be disappointed because you be like, dang, bro, like, man, if you don't just go to practice or what, or you know what I mean? But at the same time, players get hurt at practice as well. So the reason why Pro Bowl ain't the same, bro, is because of injuries, bro. I didn't do my research on what players got injured in the Pro Bowl, but I'm pretty sure there's a lot of players that got injured in the Pro Bowl, bro. And it probably messed up their career. So that's pretty much the reason why, like, a lot of the time, they're not doing it no more. I think they took it all the way out. But it turned to be flag football. They wasn't really tackling. It was bad, bro. It was embarrassing to the sport. Let's keep it real. But I need everybody that's in the building to hit that like button, hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. We are going live for absolutely every single Minnesota Viking game with the scoreboard and everything. And like I said, man, this is one YouTube family, whether you a Viking fan or not. This is one YouTube family. And sports are designed to bring us together, not separate us. And I truly feel like that. And but respectfully speaking, as a big-time Minnesota Viking fan, I am not capping when I say this. When I say this type of stuff, I mean it. I'm one of them dudes that I keep it real, or I try to keep it as real as possible. When I say respectfully, I mean that, respectfully. But the Minnesota Vikings, if you're not a Viking fan and we go against your team, respectfully speaking, we're going to beat the brakes off of your team. I don't care what team that you rocking with. When we play y'all, it don't even matter if we don't play you in the regular season. If we happen to play you in the Super Bowl, if we happen to play you in the playoffs, we're going to beat the brakes off of your team. And I say that in a respectful way, but I truly feel like that because I'm a Viking fan. I'm skull to the bull all day. Hey, listen, one game at a time with me, but we're going to beat the brakes off your team. The Steelers are next, though. The Steelers are next, bro. The Steelers are next. I can't wait, bro. I'm not scared of the Steelers, though, bro. I'm really not scared of the Steelers. I feel like Brian Flores is going to make Aaron Rodgers want to retire. I feel like Brian Flores, our defense, is gonna make Aaron Rodgers want to retire after Sunday, bro. It's gonna get spooky. It's definitely gonna get spooky. If they took, shout out to my boy Purple and Gold Bar. Shout out to you, bro. He said, tell him, Mike, you already know the vibes, bro. He said, why doesn't everyone just play sarcastable? I don't know what that is. And be polite to the end zone. Yeah, I got you. I get what you mean, but I don't know, man. It's just embarrassing to the game, bro. That's why they stopped the Pro Bowl. They don't do the Pro Bowl. Like, they do other stuff. They do like throwing drills, and I'm like, this is so stupid, bro. Like, it's so whack at this point, bro. They might as well just make it an extra bye week. They might as well but it's so much money that they're losing out because it was such a big game back in the day. So they don't want to just take it completely out. But at this point, they might as well just make it a bye week, bro. If they took it out, blame Jalen Ramsey. He laid out Tyreek Hill for no... Yeah, that's what I'm saying. The injuries, bro. Barry Sanders was always there at Pro Bowl. Yeah. Yeah, ain't nothing wrong with that. He one of the greatest. But the game has changed, man. There's more money to be made. And I'm pretty sure the owners of the NFL, all the owners do not want their top dudes getting hurt in a Pro Bowl game, bro. It's too much money to be wasted. Say your top dude, say for instance, right? Hypothetically speaking, y'all, don't want injury on nobody. Say it's Patrick Mahomes or Josh Allen, Lamar Jackson. They play in the Pro Bowl, and one of them hurt themselves to the point where it could be career-ending situation. You know how much money them owners are going to miss out on because their star player ain't playing no more because of a meaningless game when it comes to the final destination. The final destination in the football is what? The Super Bowl. So if you don't get the dang on Super Bowl and listen, it's not worth it, bro. It's too much money to be wasted. It's too much money to lose out. Wasted when I mean wasted, I'm talking about, that guaranteed contract, you got to get that money. But at the same time, you're losing money because that star player ain't playing no more. So it's just like, y'all get where I'm going. Barry Sanders was always there at Pro Bowl. That's back in the day football, though, bro. Man, football is life. Like, how do you live without it? Yeah, I love football. Football is my second favorite sport, believe it or not. The info I get after football game, man, game changer. Football makes the world go around. Sorry, baby, but the Vikings are not beating the Steelers. Hey, listen, bro. Respectfully speaking, I get your confidence level. My bad, y'all. And you're supposed to be confident. You're supposed to be confident in what's going on. You're supposed to be very confident in your team. My bad, y'all. But respectfully speaking, doesn't matter. It doesn't matter because at this Sunday, the Minnesota Vikings will be victorious. I'm glad that you're confident in your team. I'm happy that you got a lot of hope in your team, but it's not going to work. All the hope that you have for your team will not get you over the top of the Vikings. Will not put you over the top. It would not get you the dub. The Minnesota Vikings are going to beat the brakes off the Steelers. And respectfully speaking, now, you feel me? Respectfully speaking, you can hope all you want. You can hope. It's all good. Hope. I want you to hope for your team. I want you to cheer for your team, but it ain't happening. Facts. I hate the injuries are part of the game. I always think of their family watching, and it gotta be. I think the Vikings beat the Steelers, but you never know. That's a fact, though. Every Sunday's a different. Any given Sunday, bro, it could be the worst team beating the best team in the NFL. It happens, bro. It happens. Let's keep it real. It happens. Let's go Vikings. More football to judge. Yes, I agree with that. Michael, I agree with that. My football player is fighting for oh, man. I'm sorry, but the Vikings are not winning against Pittsburgh. You got 35-24. Oh, my gosh, Samuel. Hey, respectfully, I disagree with that. Haters are hilarious. Although it's 100 people can't Have hobbies. Yeah, you know what? I always say this. When people say it's a distraction, I say it's a necessary distraction. You know what I mean? Because I look at it like this. I say sports is besides my God, Jesus Christ, my Lord and Savior, I think the most ultimate thing that brings people together is sports. Believe it or not, everything else separates everybody. When it comes to politics, everything separates everybody. But the one thing that people have in common most of the time is sports. So that's why I say it's a necessary distraction. But it's the way you do it, though. You got some fans that are over the top where I'm going to fight you if my team loses. Hulk smash. Oh, I'm tired of you. I'm never talking to you again. And they just go crazy. You know what I mean? Then you got the fans just like, man, listen, we're going to talk trash, but at the end of the day, it's all love at the end of the day. That's me. I'm going to talk trash. I'm going to talk heavy, but it's all love at the end of the day. If your team beats my team, I'm not going to be like, oh, forget you, man. I ain't talking to you. Bro, I invite the smoke. I ain't scared of the smoke. You feel me? If I talk trash, if you can dish it out, you got to be able to take it. If my team loses, I'm going to admit, yo, my team lost fair and square, and we just going to go on from there. I'm not the type of dude to run from the smoke. A lot of people like to run from smoke, and they love to they like to talk all this trash, but then they run when their team lose. It's not that serious, man. You know what I mean? It's not that serious. It's all love at the end of the day. It's all fun at the end of the day. And like I said, sports to me is a necessary distraction because there's so much evil going on in the world. There's so much things going on in the world. And I feel like sports is what we need to bring people together. It don't matter where you're from. You could be from the hood. You could be from the suburbs. You could be rich. You could be poor. You could be whatever your situation is. You could be whoever. Don't matter. If you a Viking fan, you a Viking fan. I don't look at you any type of way, bro. It don't matter. If you like say for instance, if I was an Eagle fan, if you an Eagle fan, I'm gonna look at you. Oh, you an Eagle fan? That's what's up. Or if I'm a Chiefs fan, oh, that's what's up. That's why I like sports so much, bro. Because sports is designed, in my opinion. Yes, it does have those wild fans that take it to the extreme, but I don't. Those are the few. Those are the few that make us all look bad. But at the end of the day, there's a lot more good fans than bad fans, and that's how I look at it. Shout out, may the best team win. Let's get it, baby. I got 50 on it. Oh, snap. What up, man? What a week for both our squads. TD, Detroit Pistons in the building. What's good with you? Everybody that's in the building, man. Salute to y'all, everyone. Yeah. I remember the last year when the Jazz yeah, yep, I remember that too, bro. No advantage there, right? Social media itself is a distraction. Yeah. Good thing my team is undefeated. Flacco going to be a sitting. I see a big sacks game, right? Lions having 7 sacks and still giving up 30. Yeah, that's a piece of work right there. That's crazy. That's funny. Brown fans are bat crazy. Yeah, I'm a Colts fan. Hey, you welcome to the channel, bro. Everybody's welcome. I'm about to get off in a little bit, y'all. I want to say thank you so much, Pistons. There has to be some downfall somewhere. Holy, still look pretty good. Yeah. Oh, at the end of the day, hey, listen, I'm going to say this. I have 2 YouTube channels. If you look up Mike Sports Vibes, this is my football channel. If you look up Mike Sports Vibes with a Z and you put ballin' after the vibes, that's my, well, what the heck was that? That's my basketball channel. I have a basketball channel, baseball channel. That's Mike Sports Vibes Ballin'. And the channel that y'all on is Mike Sports Vibes. Go check out that channel if y'all haven't already. I'm about to get off this live stream. I want to say to everybody, God bless and have a wonderful day. I got so much love for y'all. Thank you for vibing with me. This channel wouldn't be where it's at right now if it wasn't for y'all. Thank you so much for everybody's support on this channel. God bless to each and every one of y'all. Keep striving for greatness and never give up. Let me read a couple more comments and I'm going to get off. I don't know. Maybe Vikings will win against the Pittsburgh. It's crazy how much it's any given team because mistakes occur to favor teams. Then they lose the whole crowd. Yep, that's facts. DJ is balling. Bless you too, Mr. New. God bless you too, man. God bless you, purple and gold bars and goal lines. Vice messed up letting Cam walk. Nah. Peace, brother. Always keep it good. Yeah, you already know, man. Good vibes over bad vibes. God bless each and every one of y'all. I'm out. Peace. Hit that like button, hit the subscribe button if you haven't already. We going live for absolutely every single Minnesota Viking game with the scoreboard and everything. Whether you a Viking fan or not, you're welcome to the YouTube channel. This is one YouTube family, and I want to say this, sports are designed to bring us together, not separate us, and I truly mean that. But I want to say, hit that like button on your way out. Hit that subscribe button on your way out. I'm out, baby. Peace.